By Smith, it's Quentin Kilrain.
Duffy sees that and takes it to the body. He gets inside of Kilrain and then dives tangent to the crease. He stays out Catalyst. He's the quarterback. He's been a terrific player so far this season.
So Callahan violated on the opening faceoff. Joe Hobart, the freshman, takes this one, and Wambach wins it easily, 2 for 2. What did that matchup tell you? We see it again. Duffy against Kilrain. What does that tell you?
I like Kilrain. He's a sophomore. He was a tremendous freshman defender nationally last year. This is a different type of matchup for him, though. And I just don't understand. If you have Scott Smith, who holds him scoreless a year ago, why change it?
Off the scrap. It's the first goal by Pietramala on this field in a long time, Q.
This is a disaster for Johns Hopkins. Number one, you can't win a face-off. Number two, you're losing the matchups to the two guys you know you have to stop, whether it's Duffy or Pietramala. This happens on a second chance opportunity. The ball's on the carpet, and Carolina blue. They've been scrappy and rowdy. Look at Pietramala. He hunts the ball. They hunt in packs. He gets his own loose ball that he creates close range.
What did Joe Bresci tell us this week? He said if the first one goes in for Dom, look out.
And I like the fact that he rode with reckless abandon, wondering if Pietramala could get on the score sheet early, and he does.
Wambach 3 for 3. Paul Barton brings it in. Unsettled opportunity. Carolina has come to Homewood like a house on fire. Leif Hagerup, just the second goal of his career, the first of the season.
Get a TO,
yeah, you want this time
Get
out.
a TO. Somebody's ready off the bus.
Carolina wants to run. And if you can get transition off of face-off, Hagerup has been one of the better short-stick deep minis of the last couple of years. Barton in transition.
Stuart Phillips bumping 2 poles up top.
Here comes Bauer. Collison spins it to the wing in English. Chauvet 91 in white. Dangerous from that right wing. He's got a lefty hammer. Collison swivels down the alley, plays it back into traffic. Phillips recovers. Hopkins continues to probe. 20 on the shot clock. Melendez wraps and scores.
He's the trigger man. He's hot as of late. Jay's leading point producer, Russell Melendez. We saw him in the open, spraying from deep outside on wing shots, but what I like about him is his versatility. That little stutter step at X makes the defender, Barton, think about the back iron, and then he accelerates. This is a beautiful one-handed shot.
And when we spoke with Peter Milliman, Johns Hopkins head coach, he talked about the first possession. And
Melendez against Ashheim. Carolina defensively lost its best defender right before the season. Peter Tillman, torn ACL.
And that's the question, Mark-Anish. This is a no-name defense. 3 first-time starters.
English over to Collison, way too high. Back up to Melendez.
You look at this defense, they're a bit undersized, but you watch them play, you put on the tape, they're feisty, they're tenacious. I love their movement skills. They're inexperienced, but that's where Gianfrancaro's veteran presence has been really helpful.
Here comes Bauer working on Hagerup. Feeding to Collison, didn't get much on it. Gianfrancaro out of the cage, left it empty, and Melendez cashes in off the scrap heap.
That's just bad luck for Gianfrancaro. Trying to make the scoop, and the ball rolls up the plastic of his stick. And just a little bobble. This is kind of the difference between high school and college lacrosse. When you're a goalie, you come out of the goal and make a play. You mess up, you pay the price. Gio just misses a simple scoop. So this game not off to a great start for him. Kind of airmail. Ball movement.
Q, 11 in blue for Carolina. Caden Harshberger, a freshman with a dangerous shot on the run. They think he can be a good one.
Jeez. This is ridiculous. The ball's not in his stick. This is like a highlight.
Catch, swooping motion, all in one. This is frightening. A lot of times, players need to catch, set their feet, stare down the cage. This is catch and rip all in one motion. This is absolutely gorgeous.
It's not even a half cradle.
No. I've seen Dom spray it. But when you watch him on tape, it's always just a fraction of a second more to get that shot.
Now Pietramala, guarded by Kilrain. Long skip pass over to the far side. Duffy's got a short stick matchup. Swivels inside and scores.
That's ridiculous.
4 seconds left on the clock. You hear the Carolina bench screaming and the Hopkins bench screaming in terms of the clock is going down, that 60-second shot clock. How do you break it? Give it to your playmaker, Duffy. The hesitation when the double's about to come, he hesitates. He gets the Jays kind of thinking, like, do we have him trapped or not? And then he accelerates. This is absolutely big bad Scott Smith, who's a senior. Now he's a fifth-year senior, and every week you're dealing with that. Now that you have that behind you, now you're the aggressor. Now you're the thinker.
Shot blocked. Comes back to Matt. Shot clock at 15. Matt up top. Pietramala step down. Rocket. Oh boy. He came to Harwood with a little bit of juice. That's a first quarter hat trick for Dominic Pietramala.
And if you're a Johns Hopkins fan, all your nightmares have come to reality. You can't win a face-off. Dom Pietramala is stinging corners, and Owen Duffy is controlling the tempo of this game. That is a thing of beauty. He takes that from his socks up to the crossbar, left-handed, great hip action, smooth release, finishes with the...
Collison quickly gives it up.
Who can win a matchup?
Phillips back to Chauvet. On a bounce to the wing. Sneaking inside and scoring is Dylan Bauer, his fourth of the season. The grad transfer, the grad student, from Park City.
He's an incredible athlete, pound for pound, one of the tougher guys on this roster. If you go back to, there was a game earlier this year where he lost his edge. He's falling down to the turf. Gets Housen and delivered that gorgeous cross-field assist. This is the brilliance of this play, is this catch.
Yeah, this is a pass. Hunter Chauvet. Sometimes you wonder with these guys with these magical swooping shots, can they pass with all the whip in their stick? This is not a good pass from Chauvet. But Dylan Bauer uses the soft hands to gobble this up, and then it's an aggressive approach by the Carolina defense. And Andrew O'Berry kind of just hedged.
Pietramala back to Duffy. He's got Wishart. This is a matchup he might like.
He needs space. His teammates have to do a better job, and he's recognizing that.
Pietramala fighting through the defense, missed the cage, and will stay with UNC, 16 to shoot.
They switch now. You got Smith on 18 and white on 8 blue.
Madden over to Duffy, great look. Stout got a piece off the mask of Smith, and Stout able to corral it. That's 5 for 5 now here in quarter number 2.
Scott Smith is a conductor, a quarterback of the defense. Sometimes he's over-aggressive off ball. He's lucky to get burned.
England shot the feed from Chauvet. Little give and go, and Hopkins caught Carolina napping a little bit. UNC didn't think Hopkins was going quickly.
Tell you, Duffy has Stout exactly where, an enthusiasm.
And that 82 final, Sears had 16 saves for UNC.
UNC, a little bit of an innovator. They had a 6-man zone where they bring in 6 long poles back in the day when that was legal.
Collison on the invert. Shot clock winding down. He's got a short stick matchup. Collison wins it against O'Berry, and Hopkins pulls the winner one.
This guy is a beast. Physically owns matchups. So when he gets a step above goal line extended and has the leverage game to his benefit, he's guaranteed to get a shot off. Now, O'Berry's a tough, strong, short stick defender.
O'Berry goes 6'2", 190.
Yeah,
Look at this. That is as good as you're going to be able to do defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't close the gate.
Look at
completely
he shoots
tries to
right
close
through the defensive pressure.
Yes, I think he is the type of player physically.
You put him on the field right now in a PLL game and you wouldn't even notice.
He also can get a shot off on good defense because of how strong he is. He shoots through defenders.
Yeah, Peter Melendez told us the strength of the offense right now is that first midfield led by Collison. The strength for Carolina is the two-headed monster at attacks. Pietramala's had a big game. Duffy with another, and that is a hat trick for Owen Duffy.
Carolina snaps their 0-for-7 shooting streak. It was Duffy who hit 2 pipes and threw one really at Stout's chest. This time he's double-teamed and makes something here when you don't think there's anything to be made. Look at him, he's double-teamed, swim, step around it. Hey, man, his movement skills are just next level.
They are. And what I've seen twice now on 2 of his goals, how patient he is. He has the short stick there, so he wants to hold the matchup. But when the long, they're not effective with him.
Levy over to Matt. Marked by Wishart. Now the speedy freshman, Harshbarger. Duffy with a shot clock inside of 10. Pietramala comes back to Duffy. Boy, he loves that left wing, and he stings the corner. 4 first-half goals. Q a year ago. Duffy and Pietramala, a combined 2 of 18 shooting in this game. They've combined for 7 of the Carolina 8 here in the first half.
Hopkins has to stop Pietramala and Duffy. What I love about this goal, Clark, catches it high. It was a perfect feed, so he's got options, but he takes this one. Overhand release to the near side high corner against the lefty. That's a thing of beauty.
Yep.
Earlier in this game, he's been shooting sidearm. This time he comes 3-quarter and snaps that ball into the near high corner. This view will be scintillating.
Yeah, that.
Vet plays it back to Rawson, who had 3 goals against Denver. Rawson, one of 9 Canadians on this Blue Jay roster.
I mentioned Chauvet. He is their sling-type shot guy from the outside. Only 1 shot this afternoon.
Yeah, they've done a good job of taking away that left hand. Shot clock at 6. At 5. Spin move, shot, score! Sean Krogan, the freshman, his first goal as a Blue Jay.
There's different ways to really let it rip. We've seen Dom Pietramala with the swooping motion. This time, Sean Krogan, he spins, and all the momentum of that spin just gives him massive torque. Watch this. So right here, he spins on the defense, and then there's that giddy up. There is a tremendous amount of body power behind this shot. You could do it effortlessly, or you could do it with sheer power. That time,
A quantum leap from that loss.
They were dominant from there on out.
I don't sense that this year from Notre Dame.
Here comes Melendez against Ashheim. English up top, 11 assists. Chauvet, crease fade, shot, score. Stu Phillips.
that's where being a big outside shooter can open up the pass game. Everyone's concerned about 91 as a stretch shooter, Quinn. This time he deals.
Felt like the Jays got Carolina on the carousel rotating. Round and round in circles this offense goes with really crisp passing. The double team to the eyes of Chauvet.
Yeah, they're too concerned about him being a shooter, right? You see that Carolina just goes heavy right in front of Chauvet, and it's just a little...
Brave about a defenseman's voice since probably Austin Pafani, remember?
Dave Pietramala, defensive coordinator, before the game. He said as good as he is as a freshman, he's one of the greatest young men he's been around at that stage of his career. Does everything right off the field.
Melendez plays it up top to English. Hopkins moving it around quickly. Melendez sticks the corner. And we are tied at 8. And for Russell Melendez, his 3rd hat trick of the season.
Sherwin-Williams painting this corner big time.
It's a stare down between a righty gunslinger and Russell Melendez in a cagey vet in the net. And Michael Jean Ficaro. Advantage, heat, step, and rhythm. Sting at 31.
Penalty was released. Carolina players actually running onto the field, but all Ficaro can do is turn and look at the corner.
To each other. Our defense has played a lot right now.
UNC does not have a shot in this 3rd quarter. And Clark, outside of Pietramala and Duffy, who do you look to?
Ty English, 23 in blue. I think he's been terrific in terms of owning one-on-one matchups this season thus far.
Pietramala with an absolute Hadouken, his 4th.
You don't normally see a lefty shooter like this hug the near pipe. He gets him guessing.
Now what he does here effectively is watch him use the defender as a screen. He'll shoot around this, and this has become really a trend. We see it in the PLL. You saw it a lot in the Champ Series. Look at him use that defender as a screen. Stout, as a left-hander, is thinking that Pietramala is probably going to work that far corner. But look, see how he shoots around him, and he picks it up.
I think that first goal, which was easy, just let him exhale.
It's a layup to start.
That's the best way. That's the equivalent of a goalie getting that first save right to their stick, right? Okay, let's breathe now.
That ball touch.
His dad was telling me earlier, Dave Pietramala, he said, early in the game, we just need him to be settled. He goes, I got a feeling he's going to drop the first one. I said, but if the first one goes in, he goes, oh yeah, oh yeah. There he comes, Don Pietramala. That's flush. He's cooking. He's cooking at Homewood.
That was absolutely sick.
Yes, we saw Collison shoot through pressure earlier in the 2nd quarter. This time, Don Pietramala is not 6'4", 235 pounds. What he has, though, magical wrists, shot ready, step above goal line extended, and absolutely hammer a corner. He's back on Homewood.
It's just this player. And so the irony is the player who's mouthing off to the officials.
One who got away with it.
He gave him a break, actually.
Gave him a break.
I gave you a discount.
Hopkins on the season, a perfect 3 for 3 with the extra man.
Watch 91 in white.
Melendez.
Here it comes.
Collison gets it back.
Great shooters in the perimeter.
Melendez from long range. That's 4 for Russell. It's his 3rd 4-goal game of the season, and he's done it in back-to-back games.
And nobody's impacting shooters on either side of the field. But when Hopkins set this up, it's Chauvet, Collison, and Melendez. Pick your poison. You've got to stretch and get to their hands, get to their feet, get to their eyes.
Chauvet has only had 1 shot today, 91 in white. But because of his street cred as a lefty shooter, they're hedging to the left side way too much.
From the face-off, loose ball. Now everyone can get involved. Martin had it for a moment. Still loose near the crease. Wishar. He gets it over.
Remember when it was 10-8, Wertheim gets this penalty. That could be costly.
Kilrain. Melendez. Hopkins pulls even.
Melendez is saying right now, hey Dom, hey Duffy, I got you. Let's go. Toe-to-toe, 31 against 8 and 77.
Hat trick in the corner. Jay's doing a wonderful job off the ground. Clear that ball, and Melendez.
Got 2 goals in 28 seconds. Answering the bell. You love it when you get a big-time matchup. 2 top 10 teams with star power.
They impact RPI.
They impact conferences.
They impact the overall conference RPI later on down the road.
Yeah, it determines how many bids you get. Melendez, 5 goals on the afternoon. Now Brooks English came in with 11 assists on the season. He sets the pick. Chauvet steered to his right. That's his offhand. Melendez again against a shorty.
English can play D.
Collison with a blast! And the Blue Jays lead for the first time.
I think Carolina's mistake today, when they take this baby back and dissect the film, is Hopkins has diced them with passing. And you've got to make this Blue Jay team a dodging team, not a passing team. After a bit of a lengthy possession, Melendez point behind the Collison. Dead center, Clark. Dead center is a shooter's dream.
Oh, yeah. Pick your poison. By Duffy was razor-thin margins. Yep, his right foot's on the crease. That's a great call.
Love that offense. Pietramala was double-teamed. He spun it to the near side for Duffy. He had all sorts of space. In a prime position, Clark did to dodge that approach.
Yeah, because Dominic Pietramala didn't force the issue.
Levy gets through and scores, beating Rory Colhoun. And there's the other guy. We're tied at 11.
There's been spots in Ryan Levy's career where he's really stepped up. One of the more cerebral players on the team. He was injured earlier in the season against Delaware in a scrimmage. Played a little extra man last week, but right now he's getting short stick. And that hesitation in his shoulder to win the inside track, that is a great dodge. There's the hesitation, and then you lead with the shoulder.
O'Berry off the wing.
Trailer.
He had Barton, who's got 10 career goals, 24 in blue as a pole. Then the former North Carolina offensive lineman, Harris Barton, who won 3 Super Bowls for the 49ers. Played on those great Niner teams in the 80s and early 90s. There's Wertheim. Over to Duffy. Pietramala wants it from long range. He got it! 6 for Dom!
Ouch. I tell you, if Coach Belichick is watching this game back in Chapel Hill, and I'm sure you are, Coach, you know that when you game plan, you've got to stop the other team's prominent threats. Whether it's Owen Duffy, Melendez, Collison, and this game flies in the face of that because the stars are shining big.
And now, for a second time, we've used
The head coach, after COVID, he was let go. You think that doesn't stick with the Sun? Here's Pietramala again. Face dodge, right hand, wide, and the backup to Carolina. Boy, that was awfully close.
So Dom also knows that they're flushing him underneath, and that time he used his right hand. That is dangerous if he has that counter move.
Here comes Duffy. Back to Levy. Feet in front, shot, score! The freshman Harshberger.
Great catch. Great catch inside. It's really the first crease feed all day Carolina has scored on, correct?
Well, look who makes the feed, too. That's 2 big plays by Ryan Levy, 14 in blue. One was attacking the short stick for a goal. This time, he's behind the cage with a spot feed to Harshberger. I think Levy, in spots like this, you can put him at attack. You have the monster left-handed shooter in Dom Pietramala. Oh, because if you lose the ball,
Two-way meeting,
yes,
that's
he's
right.
very good in terms of getting back. You want him on the field, 23 in blue.
He's guarded by Luke Martin, the sophomore, and younger brother of Brett Martin, who was an outstanding short stick D-midi for Hopkins. Luke got a piece of it. Up ahead, Wishaw. The UMBC transfer, leading the break. Here's Kilray. Scores! The sophomore with his second career goal. And those juice goals usually count for a little more.
Gio's got to make that stop, Quinn.
Wow, this one, baby, starts with Luke Martin just putting his stick up in the passing lane and creating this turnover. Good hustle. position, gets the ball, and then the slow break for the Jays.
Jays are flying. Melendez wrecked.